Greg Jennings is here. Greg, enjoy the balloons. We'll start with Brew. Do you think this decision cost the 49ers the game, Brew?
I wouldn't say cost the game because, again, and I said this after the Baltimore loss, even though they made some errors, you just feel like Mahomes would have found a way. I mean, after watching this. But I don't think it was the best decision. I get him wanting the ball third, but remember, Kansas City and Andy Reid said this would have been their plan. Had the Niners scored first, a touchdown. If the Chiefs scored a touchdown, Andy Reid said they were going to likely go for two. So that third possession is not even guaranteed.
Good point.
And I did think initially, because I think Romo may have mentioned it, that maybe the defense, he was tired, so that's why he went ahead and took the ball first.
What?
But
Shanahan then said that wasn't it.
Down.
Oh, okay.
But that I thought, okay, maybe that makes a little sense. But I think he should have taken the ball because it just gives you control. And after they made the field goal, my first thought was, man, Mahomes now has 4 downs. Right? So, and they got him in a 4th and 1. 4th and 1 from their own 34.
They're going to punt.
They're going to punt that. Right.
Possession.
And so then it becomes sudden death after that. Yeah. So it was a wrong decision. And I'm going to say this. Kyle Shanahan, we all know how great he is offensively. And it sounds odd to say, like, I'm starting to think of him a little starting. I'm not fully there. But like Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni was a great mind offensively and changed the game.
Pumpkin alert?
No, but this was the challenge with D'Antoni, why he never could win the championship. Lack of attention to detail. So when his players got in a fight with San Antonio, the Spurs stayed on the bench. The Suns got off the bench. And you watch those series with D'Antoni, his team always fell apart because of some lack of attention to detail. Now, that sounds odd to say about Shanahan because his offense is so detailed. However, not telling your players, when Andy Reid said, the Chiefs player said, we went over that constantly, the new rule in the overtime. The Niners, he didn't even bring it up to him. That's a lack of attention to detail. And, Nick, I know you like this. At the end of the first half, when the Chiefs have that 4-minute drive.
That's where I thought he made a big mistake.
Yes, he had timeouts left. He could have probably got the ball with a minute and a half minute left. And now maybe you go down and get a field goal. Yep. Instead, they got it back with 20 seconds left. That's a lack of attention to detail.
Well, that to me is a lack of confidence. Like that I thought that was a far bigger mistake.
And go quickly, ahead, there's been 7 Super Bowls where a team lost double-digit leads. He's involved in 3 of them. Yeah.
Well, it clearly cost him the game. I don't think it was the definitive reason why. I don't think it was the full reason why they lost this game. Like, I don't mind the decision of him saying, we're going to take the ball first. Once he explains and gave and provided explanation of why he did it, then it made sense. Like, I understand. He felt like, we're going to go down and score. If they go down and score, then we get the ball. Now it's sudden death. That's barring you don't know that the other team is potentially going to try to go for 2. Right. All those things. But for me, I can't sit here and watch this game the way that it unfolded and say, wow, that decision to do it cost him the game. Now, obviously, what it did do, it provided Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in our game, to arguably to ever do it, the opportunity to sit back and see exactly what was needed.
And a free down.
Exactly. And you can't, that's where it's hard to make it make sense. When you know the quarterback is Patrick Mahomes on the other sideline, then would that change my mind? Probably. Because I want to be able to react and respond to him versus him being able to react and respond to me.
Right. Well, I'll answer in a moment, but I want you to be able to go wild. This is a guy you put on Pumpkin Alert.
I put on Pumpkin Alert.
That's what I'm saying. You put on Pumpkin Alert. And what did you think of how the game went down and then what his players said afterwards?
Look, the guy was on Pumpkin Alert only because he lost a 25-point lead to the Patriots and a 10-point lead to Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
The only reason I put him on Pumpkin Alert is because once they were up 10 points, this is how nervous I was. Like that. I was like a combination of Mahomes and with a little dab of Shanahan. I felt totally confident in the Chiefs. Totally confident. So the fact that I felt totally confident that he would open up the window just enough for Mahomes to burst through, pumpkin adjacent.
So I think the error at the end of the first half, I understood the argument of it could only be sudden death at the third possession, and we wanted that. And I think from an analytics perspective, there's mixed feelings on what's better. I know this as a Chiefs fan. I was like, please let the Niners take the ball.
Yeah.
Please, and so this is where I will criticize him. As someone that was living and dying with that game, he did multiple things I was so happy about. The thing that I will give him credit for is going down 3, going for the touchdown on 4th and 3. It was gutsy. But at the end of regulation, when he has the 3rd and 5, and they get a first down and they're kicking a field goal, what I was terrified he was going to do was run the ball and then go for it on 4th and short. I was terrified he was going to do that at the end of overtime. When they have the 3rd and 4, what I was not terrified there because then Mahomes still gets the ball, is that he was going to run the ball and then go for it on 4th down. I think the bigger mistake was even when Purdy in overtime throws the incompletion, I think there's an argument you can make, you go for that 4th down. Because if you don't pick it up, the Chiefs are not in 4-down territory. The Chiefs are backed up at their own 6.
Right.
They're not in 4-down territory. Maybe they get conservative. My best case scenario was, other than stop them on the 3rd and long, 3 and out, is, field goal, great. Now we have 4 downs and Mahomes can kill you. So I didn't think the decision was terrible, but as someone rooting for the Chiefs, I was thrilled he made it, and I thought it was embarrassing for him that a lot of his players after the game were like, we didn't know the rules. While Chris Jones was like, here's the deal, we've talked about it, we already knew, this was our plan, this is what we're going to do. So that is attention to detail.
Greg, you didn't think that, 49ers take the ball, that the Chiefs were playing, in the second half they played a lot tight. They kept it tight. They didn't play tight, but they weren't making mistakes. First half, Pacheco's coughing up the ball. HC Rice fumbled the ball that maybe that was on purpose. It was not on purpose. That maybe the Chiefs would have just coughed it up. Field goal wins it, game's over.
Yeah, so for me, what I felt like, specifically in the first half, the 49ers never took advantage of the opportunities that they were afforded with the turnovers, all the things. And I will say this was the first time in the postseason where, this year in particular, where we saw a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs team have self-inflicted issues where they gave an opportunity for their opponent to take advantage of. They didn't do that in any of the other playoff games, but this was the opportunity that you identified as that's what they don't do. If they do that and we take advantage of it, we have a chance to really solidify this win.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.